However, just remember, as an African, you are enough, you matter, you are wise, you are valued. I value you. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Binti Malu and I make videos about Africa and Africans. So if you haven't subscribed, then go ahead, hit the subscribe button below. You should see it like right under there, and you'll be subscribed to my channel and you can be updated. So before I go any further with this video, there's this thing that's going around whereby I feel like Africans are being belittled, and it's very discouraging that one person will look down on another person. It's wrong, but it's happening and there's no way to justify that. However, just remember, as an African, you are enough, you matter, you are wise, you are valued. I value you, a lot of people value you, and don't let anyone else determine your worth as an African or as anything else. Just be proud of who you are and embrace who you are, and keep in mind that God made you the way you are for a purpose, and whatever you are, you matter. Regardless what other people might think, you matter just as much as anyone else. So just throwing it out there in case somebody needed that. Anyway, so let us get into today's video. For today's video, I am going to do 10 Swahili proverbs. And if you don't know what Swahili is, well, it's a language spoken in East Africa mostly. It's a mixture of Arabic and Bantu, so they came together and Swahili was made, and it's a beautiful language. So if you don't know about it, I will link my video where I spoke in Swahili. Obviously my Swahili is terrible, but just Google Swahili, YouTube Swahili, look for Swahili, listen to Potok Swahili. You will love it, you'll fall in love with the language. But just to, okay, alright, so to start off, these proverbs might not be correctly translated. I'm just using the closest translation I can think of. And again, my interpretation of these proverbs doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Like, each proverb may mean something different to someone else. So this is my personal interpretation of it. So just keep that in mind as you're watching this video. Don't come at me, right? Because these are just basically my interpretations, and I figured I might as well share this with you. I am going to be saying the proverbs in Swahili because then it's just proper, and then I will have them written down in English. So if you guys want to follow up, you can follow up. If you understand Swahili, then you won't even need to read the English subtitles at all. So just a heads up. Okay, so let us jump into this. I have them on my phone because, you know, homegirl. Oh, by the way, if you didn't watch what's on my phone, also I will link it below. So the first proverb is Akiba Hayozi. So that basically means, like, what does it mean? Okay, so that basically means that whatever you're preserving doesn't rot. You know, like for me, it basically means like if you're saving money for a rainy day, it doesn't go away, it doesn't rot. No rats will come and eat your money or anything like that. Well, maybe there might be rats eating your money, but if you store it in a bank, or you invest it in some sort of stock or market, then it doesn't rot. It will always come handy. There's no expiration date on things that you reserve, the things that you reserve. There are no expiration dates on things you reserve, especially when it comes to money. For me, I'm gonna apply to money. There's no expiration date on saving money, so it doesn't rot. That's it. Yep, that's it. The second one is Baada ya dhiki faraja. So basically means, okay, this means that when hard times pass by, just like good times come and go, hard times come and go, and after the hard times come the good times. So you might be going through a hardship, but you might be going through a hardship, but once the hardship passes by, you'll experience the good times, and this might make the hardships worth it or not, depending on how you look at it. But that's how I understand it, that every bad thing happens, but after bad things, there are good things that come. There's something brighter to look forward to in the future. So that's how I interpret it. The third one is Bendera hufuata upepo, and this just means, you know, like those people who don't have a standpoint. We say a standpoint. Those people who don't have a a, msimamo. What's msimamo in English? They don't have they don't have something they can stand for, you know? Like, if someone says, let's do this, you do it. If you say, let's do that, you do that. So you're just Mandela for your people. Wherever the wind blows, you go. Or you go with the flow. You don't have an opinion. You don't have a mind of your own. The crowd, you go with the crowd. Whatever the crowd says, you go. If someone says, let's do this, you do this. Whether it's against your moral or not, you just go with it. So that's what Mandela for your people means. Okay, the fourth one is Asante Punda Imateke. And this is basically means people who are ungrateful. People who are ungrateful. Like someone does you a good thing and then you just don't appreciate them, or you do something bad instead of appreciating them. Okay, so an example is like if I, let's say, go with you somewhere because you ask me to accompany you, and then you go and then you're like, in the meantime you don't appreciate it, or you're like, oh, you shouldn't have come, you just bother. And that's Asante Punda Imateke, because I came here because of you and you're here being ungrateful to me. So that's an example of Asante Punda Imateke. People who don't know how to appreciate others, or who show appreciation in a negative way. Because mateke is like a kick. When someone kicks you, unampiga mateke, it's not a good way kicking, it's like a bad way. A kick is never a good way. The fifth one is haraka haraka haina baraka. Well, hurry has no blessing, they say. And there's nothing more you can say about that. It's just, for me, it means that enjoy life as it happens. Don't be in a rush to get to a certain point in your life. Don't be in a rush to, you know, like get success. Enjoy the journey to success. That way, when you look back, you would have lived life and not rushing towards one thing. And I feel like for us Africans, we kind of embrace this saying. And as I said before, some people might think we're lazy, but maybe, well, that's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is that we embrace the saying that haraka haraka haina baraka. We are people who believe in taking time and valuing things that we do, valuing friendships, valuing just the relationship rather than time, because for us, you know, we just value those kind of things more than time. Number 6 is hasira hasara. Hasira hasara. Okay, so that basically means when you're angry, you make a loss. Like, anger doesn't cause you good things. If you do anything in anger, chances are it will not work out. You'll just end up making more damage than if you had to do it in a calm mind. And for me, I have to keep remembering that all the time, because I say a lot of things when I'm angry, and I always have to go back and apologize to people because of that. So this is a proverb that I always have to remember. Maybe I should just put a quote in my room that says hasira hasara, because I should keep that in mind. Number 7 is mgeni njoo mwenyeji apone. And well, for Africans, we value visitors a lot. Like, we really love visitors. And when you're a visitor, you're going to be treated really well. Whoever's house you're visiting, they're going to treat you well. That's from my experience, and a lot of you might agree with this. So when you say mgeni njoo mwenyeji apone, when a visitor comes, you obviously gonna get good food. Not like during the other times you don't get good food, but you know, they have those special food for visitors. They'll make a lot of food, they're gonna have a lot of stories, they're gonna have a lot of everything nice and good. So, you know, like, we all benefit when a guest comes by. So that's why it says it, mgeni njoo mwenyeji apone. Number 8 is mtaka yote hukosa yote. That's it. When you're going after everything, you don't get anything. That's what it means. Focus on one thing. Don't have your attention on A, B, C, D, A, F, G, and just go for everything and not focus on one particular thing. You might end up losing everything. So mtaka yote hukosa yote. Don't want everything in life. Want things that are meaningful to your life, that are essential in your life. And if other things come along in life, well and good, but at least you want the meaningful things, and you go after things that you really want, and not things just really need, and not just things you want. So that's what it means. It's basically about multitasking. You know how they say, like, multitasking is not efficient, you're not as efficient when you multitask? This is the saying, mtaka yote hukosa yote. You're better off dealing with one task and just being good at it, instead of going after everything, and if you fail at everything, then you get nothing. So why word to the wise, word to the wise, wise to the kizungu jamani, word to the wise. There is some wisdom for free. Number 9 is mtoto akililia wembe mpe. And that means like when a child wants to do something, let them do it. They will come to learn the consequences later on. You can't always be saying like, don't do this, it's bad for you. Don't do this, it's bad for you. At times you need to let the child do it, and like when you play with the fire, you're gonna get burnt. So that's basically the same thing. If your child, if someone is wanting to do something and you explain to them it's not good for them, let them do it. They're gonna see the bad side of it and they're gonna learn from that. So it's like experience is the best teacher. So that's the basis of this particular proverb. Number 10 and the last one, and basically this one is a very motivational one or a very encouraging one. That's why it's number 10. So let's just say it. And that is penye nia pananjia. Where there's a will, there is a way, guys. What more can we say about that? Like, as long as you have the willpower to do something, you always find a way to get it done. That's just the basis of the saying. They have it in English, we have it in Swahili. So that's what it means. I'm seeing darkness is not good for my health, for my mind. So that's basically what the saying means, in my opinion. Anyway, so those are 10 Swahili proverbs. If you guys have any suggestion of Swahili proverbs or African proverbs for the upcoming videos, let me know in the comment section and I shall put them in the next videos and shout you out. So yeah, that's it. And guys, remember to always be happy with who you are. Don't let anybody look you down for your nationality, for your color, for any reason, because God made you wonderfully and beautifully and you're in his image, and so you're just perfect the way you are. Keep that in mind. Anyway guys, so that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I shall see you in my next video, and remember to keep spreading the African love or whatever kind of love you have to offer, because there is no room for hate. Kwaherini!